Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and if you're new, thanks for joining. So this is November. I'm doing things a little bit different this month. Obviously, I'm really tapping into these kind of more mysterious, hidden, darker energies of Scorpio energy. Scorpio is a very interesting season, you guys, and I have a Scorpio midheaven. I have a Scorpio north node. So around this time every year, I definitely transform in ways that I'm just completely reborn, as a person. And this is true for everyone. This is true for every sign. So transformation, death, rebirth, renewal, purity, definitely emotional transformation, very, very important around these times, right? I'm sure you guys can all feel the intense energies here, especially emotionally. So it's very interesting here that we're already in November, strongly approaching December. Also, guys, really sorry the videos are late. I've been thinking a lot about it, and I kind of like that my videos come out later because it's when all the other videos are uploaded, kind of like all the other tarot readers have uploaded their videos, and some of them are doing the mid-months around here. So, my readings tend to be kind of the mid-month. But I like that because when I record, I have a lot of energy to work with already. So when we speak, we speak towards the middle of the month where I can really hone in on some of the energies that you guys have felt already. And that can kind of come out for the beginning of the reading, and then I touch on the ending of the month. Just know that it's okay to watch my videos at any time because the way that I read, I've done a lot of personal readings on people, and I tend to see that my readings are futuristic. So just know that what the information that you receive in my videos this month, they go into December as well. And I will be speaking to you guys in December. I was really, really sick. My throat actually has started to hurt again. So yeah, good. Thanks. Great. But yeah, definitely takes a lot of work to talk for hours at a time. And I was deathly sick in the beginning of the month. So I wasn't even able to start these videos until around, I don't know, I want to say around the 10th or something like that. And I'm going to have a chance to upload them very soon. So that's great. Other than being sick and everything like that, I'm just thinking that divine timing, we talk when we do, and I really look forward to it every month. Scorpio season is all about your intuition, okay? So the readings that I'm doing this month, especially with me having a North Node and me being a water sign, I'm extremely affected by these energies, and I have no choice but to transform around these times. I'm seeing a lot of readers on YouTube really following their intuition around this month and doing what we call intuitive readings. So I did a little bit of that this month for you guys' messages. Really, really powerful messages coming out this month for everyone. So I hope they're relatable and helpful in some way. But you have to understand that with Scorpio energy, it really gives me the power to dig deep into your subconscious, and it dig deep into your energy, so that the information that comes out are deep subconscious hidden problems going on in your life, right? And some people aren't going to want to relate to those things because it's pretty intimate. Scorpio energy has everything to do with intimacy. It is the eighth house, and usually, this is the time of year where everything that we want to keep hidden at a subconscious level is completely aired out. Scorpio is a purging energy. So it really purges out anything that isn't pure. It purges out anything that needs to transform. And I really love this time of year because we're approaching Sagittarius season, which is very light, and it's a very expansive time, right? November, a very powerful month. So yeah, the readings, guys. I'm working. I tried to do an 8-card spread for most of you. So I'm using the Wisdom of the House of Night deck, of course, because that's very Scorpio. And then I'll be using regular tarot to clarify your cards. So we start out with pretty much 4 cards there that symbolize your energy for this month. And then we do clarifiers, which is always nice to get even a little bit more insight with the energies that we receive from spirit. So for the most part, guys, I really just wanted to work with these energies. Another cool thing about these readings is that a part of the theme that I'm doing this month, besides the black lipstick, of course, is I wanted to record at nighttime. It didn't really dawn on me until this season that I've never recorded tarot readings at night. I've always done it this far with in the light, you know, and then I'm worried about when the sun's gonna go down, and I'm limited to how many videos I can do. I'm a night owl. I stay up really late. You know, I'm staying up till like 5 a.m. every night, and that's just how I am as a Pisces. I was born around that time, so I just like to stay up late, guys. I'm a night owl for sure. And you know, there's something there about the nights because a lot of different energies presented themselves to me. So this is something that I may do in the future as well. Do certain signs, and if you like that, comment below and let me know. If you like more of the feel that I had in the nighttime for you, for your messages, because it definitely felt better for me as well. Me being a night person, I work better at nighttime. My energy is more calm and it's more mysterious, and I really wanted to do that for Scorpio season, so that was really fun to do. So yeah, that was interesting to do that. And other than that, you know, I really just wanted to freestyle and be intuitive and let whatever energies, because Scorpio is all about purification. So I really didn't want to cloud the readings with what, you know, usually I have some type of setting to do, right? But no, it was pretty freestyle this time around, and I really enjoyed the messages there. So I do have a little bit of astrology for you guys for the beginning of the video, and then we'll get started with your actual individual tarot readings. So we did have a full moon in Taurus on November 3rd. Long time ago, guys. I would have loved. I have a Taurus moon. So, I mean, yeah, I'm definitely going through some completions there, but I would have loved to talk to you guys around that time. But that was the time when I was really sick. Interesting that Taurus is my third house, and Taurus rules the throat chakra, and I was sick with strep throat. So I'm realizing that every month or every year around this time, I usually go through some type of throat chakra issue, and it was not fun. Interesting that we had daylight savings time end on that 4th. So it's just interesting to me. A lot of mysterious connections that I'm making around this time. That we had a full moon, and then the daylight savings time ended. We are in the darker half of the year, guys, and Scorpio is known as the dark night of the soul. So if you make it through this season, I'm proud of you and congratulations, because you're not going to make it through as the same person you were before. We're all going through certain transformations, and that's why these readings are very deep this month. We have Mercury going into Sagittarius. We had that going on the 5th. I did mention in the Aries video that Mercury was in Libra still, but it isn't. Mercury has entered, or that Mercury was in Scorpio. It isn't. It's in Sagittarius. And we have Venus in Scorpio, though, so that's cool. Venus moved into Scorpio on the 7th. And the 10th, we had Lilith move into Capricorn, so that's something that, you know, that we're going to talk about a little bit in the videos with some of you that I feel it applies to. We have a beautiful new moon in Scorpio on the 18th. This is when the sun and the moon are both in Scorpio, making the moon invisible in the sky. Please mark your calendars for that day, you guys. Very important day to do emotional releasing work. It's going to be a very dark day, and I don't mean that as in bad. You know, I'm really trying here to spread the messages of light and dark, whereas light is not good and dark is not bad or evil, right? There's beautiful things that come from the dark and really horrible things that come from the light, and that's the duality of our universe there. So, you know, this new moon, when the sky is at its darkest, the dark enough to hide the moon, you know, Scorpio does well with energies like that. Not because Scorpio is dark, because Scorpio is the lightest sign. Like, they are so pure, right? They're all about death and transformation. And that's just so beautiful. Death and rebirth, some of the two things that we don't know much about, but how pure is it to be born? How pure is it to die and transform? Just lovely energies, and we're all going through this on different levels, right? So interesting day there to have the moon and the sun in Scorpio. Wonderful time to do any emotional work or any, you know, meditations, anything like that with spirituality. Beautiful, beautiful time. And then on November 21st, we have the sun entering Sagittarius. So a lot of us are going to really, you know, this is when the transformations kind of let up a little bit right now. Dream on. We're all being transformed and noticing things about ourselves that we didn't even know. And that's what transformation is all about, you know, kind of letting die what we're no longer of and rebirthing into what we are. Okay, so there are certain parts of us that are dying and that won't make it. And we need to encourage that, because Scorpio, we really have Scorpio to thank for that kind of energy. But yes, we will have the sun move into Sagittarius. And on November 22nd, we have Neptune going direct in Pisces. Awesome for me, awesome for you and where your Neptune placement is. And then, of course, at the end of the month, we have what we call Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you who decide to celebrate Thanksgiving. I have a strong Native American history, so, I'm pretty enlightened and I'm pretty woke. So Thanksgiving has always given me the creeps. As a kid, when I was forced in school to color the kind of pilgrim pictures and the Indian pictures, and they had a feast and it was all great and lovely. Well, my soul is very intelligent, and I always had a horrible feeling about Thanksgiving. And I'm sure some of you have done research, and some of you are woke and enlightened to the real meaning of Thanksgiving. So, happy Thanksgiving to those of you who are celebrating Thanksgiving at the end of this month. Interesting that as soon as Neptune goes direct the same day that the sun moves into Sagittarius, and then we have Thanksgiving right after that. So this year, for Thanksgiving, yes, I will be eating dinner, but it's not a traditional Thanksgiving dinner because I just like to be different, and I like to set different trends. I'm going to be doing a lot of meditations for the lives that were lost, some of my ancestors that were lost in the Thanksgiving celebrations, or the pilgrim days back then, stuff like that. So I'll be doing meditations there for that, and I'll just be using that day to be thankful. I will be doing a lot of creative work with Thankful and the Art of Thanks. And I'll be writing out things that I'm thankful for, things that I value, and I'm just gonna be thankful to be alive. You know what I'm saying? With God willing, I will be alive on that day, and it'll be a very spiritual day for me to kind of reflect on what I am thankful for. And just that we're talking now, guys, I'm extremely thankful for all of you. Extremely thankful for your likes, shares, and subscribes, and your comments for sure. I love talking with you guys. I love getting your comments. I have notifications on my phone, so I get a notification every time one of you likes or subscribes, and it just puts a smile on my face. Well, some of the good comments, some of the bad ones are like, yee, but most of them, I'll see that it's relating to you guys and that my messages were so helpful. And I have all the belief in myself. I believe in the messages I spread, but at the same time, as a tarot reader, it's hard because I'm talking to a computer. You know what I mean? I know I'm talking with your guys' energy, but I don't necessarily have your feedback right away to say, yes, I am going through that. So it's extremely intuitive work, which is beautiful around this time. And it's even more beautiful that we're heading into a time of belief. And I strongly believe in spirit. I strongly believe in the collective consciousness, and that the right messages will receive or wind up with the right people. So I'm very thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for the talents, gifts, and abilities that I have in order to do this kind of work. I'm thankful to be alive, and I'm thankful to experience, this chance at consciousness. So, whatever you're doing here to wrap up the month of November, I send all my blessings to you guys, and I really hope that the readings this month were relatable and helpful to you. Please comment below and let me know what you guys think. And as always, be blessed, and you have my best energy sent to you. So, I hope you guys have a wonderful month in November. It is really intense. It is really transforming, but just know, we're coming up on the end of the year. So that's a transformation in itself. There's a lot here to do with cycles. Also, meditation is coming up very strongly for us in November and December. So make sure you're taking the time to do your spiritual work, whether that's just being outside and looking up at the sky and kind of speaking to your higher self, or being at one with the universe. Whether you do meditations or yoga or whatever it is that you do, it is coming up strong for the signs in November and December. And that's pretty awesome, because I would say around this time where we're transforming, it's extremely important for us to stay in touch with our higher self, because so much is changing right now about people and places and things around us, and we're changing and other people are changing, and it can be kind of hectic, you guys, but just know at the end of all this, we're going to be stronger people, and we're going to be transformed into things that into the things that we need to be in order for the next step of our life. Right? So these transformations are very, very necessary and critical to our being and our conscious state. Our whole entire universe is transforming right now. So I don't want this intro to be very long, but those are some words that I really wanted to say to you guys. And without further ado, Here are your readings for November, and I hope you enjoy. All right, bye guys. Talk to you in December. Hi, Virgo. Welcome to your November reading, guys. So, it's Scorpio season. Oh, Virgo. How are you guys doing with all the emotions and all the emotional transformation? Okay. You are the first earth sign that I've talked to so far. So, let me make sure about that. No. I've talked to Taurus. And yeah, judging by the Taurus reading, there was interesting energies there. I'm just focusing on you as an earth element, you know. As earth, I know that you guys have an interesting way of dealing with emotions because you need to stay grounded, right? And emotions have a very mysterious way of ungrounding people. And Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn people are not very comfortable with that. And speaking of Taurus, we had a Taurus full moon on the 3rd of November. So that was your sister sign. And I'm sure you guys probably felt very good around that time, huh, Virgo? So we had, and you know, the moon has a lot to do with emotions, but it was full in an earth, a very stable earth sign, Taurus. And Scorpio is the fixed water sign. So, you know, when we're in Scorpio season from October 23rd till November 22nd, it's a time for us to really you know, evolve emotionally. It's all about transformation. I mentioned a little bit about this in my intro video. So, you know, this is the time when very hidden, deep emotions are brought to the surface to kind of purify and transform. And interesting, I have Virgo energy myself in my 8th house. I have Virgo and Chiron. That's probably why I'm so interested in healing Virgos. I really like that the Virgos around me are doing well. But I do notice a lot of the Virgos in my life hiding emotion. And I'm just concerned with how Scorpio season has been treating you. If it has helped you or if it has hurt you. And it's more so the fire signs, I see that too, really trying to like not allow this emotion in. And as far as the earth signs, I just, you know, I hope that you are transforming your emotions. So other than that, Virgo, we have a few other things to talk about. We have Mercury, your ruling planet, moved into Sagittarius. So how's that for you? It moved in very recently ago, I would say, about 6 days ago. November 5th, it moved from Scorpio into Sagittarius. So this is your 4th house. Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. Yeah, Sagittarius is your 4th house, Virgo. So you have Mercury in your 4th house of home and emotional stability. So, you know, Mercury is your ruling planet, as I mentioned before. It's now in a place that is opposite Gemini. Mercury also rules Gemini. Sagittarius squares you. So you have Mercury kind of squaring you right now, and that's okay. The energies can kind of butt heads, but I hope your mind is expanding, Virgo. And if not, there's plenty of exercises, meditations that you can do to expand your thought around this time. And it's extremely helpful for this to be happening with all these deep emotions, right? Virgo is probably focused a lot on their mental strength and on their foundation. So we have Venus moved into Scorpio. So that's just there for any of you who want to know about that. We do have Lilith and Capricorn. There's a lot of Virgos. Well, there's a Virgo that I know that has Lilith in Capricorn. There's also an Aquarius I know that has Lilith in Capricorn. So if you were born around like 82, 83, you probably have Lilith in Capricorn. And this is important to mention because Lilith is a rather dark energy. It's the dark moon. I don't mind Lilith. Lilith is a sexual liberating energy. And it's just in an earth sign. So I just wanted to mention that to you that, you know, Capricorn is now Lilith. So, you know, there's that. We also have a new moon in Scorpio on 18th. So let's see. Scorpio is your 3rd house, Virgo. So this has a lot to do with your communication. And that might be why I started the video out like this, because this is a lot to do with emotional communication and the transformation of your communication. So I wonder how that's been for you guys, talking and communicating about what you feel and about where you want to transform in life, right? Maybe even talking and communicating about what you think. And then we have Sagittarius season. So this emotion, it's important, but it is going to, it's going to turn and it's going to expand into Sagittarius season. We're going to talk more in December about that. So the next time we talk, it will be in Sagittarius season. And other than that, we don't have very much Virgo energy right now. But something I just realized is the moon is in Virgo right now. So as we're speaking, I want you to know that we're going to pick up on today the energies in the sky. I was going to mention to you that we don't really have very much Virgo or Gemini energy right now. So things are very, very emotional. And, it kills me to admit this as a Pisces, but it is very important for us to have some type of logical, grounded energy like earth sign, air signs, because you guys bring the logic of the foundation and the strength to that situation. So, but it's still important for the universe to completely submerge us in water sometimes, because we like to run away from our emotions, huh, Virgo? We like to make everything logical, and when we do that, we lose sight of the more intuitive, things in life. So emotion is important. Every element is important. Fire, earth, water, air, all of it is important. So this is a very important transit, and we are talking underneath the Virgo full moon. Right now, that's the only thing in Virgo. Virgo's energy is pretty left alone, and so is Gemini, but we have tons of things moving into the second half of the zodiac wheel. So that's very interesting. And I do want to take note before we start your reading, because I think that's about it that we're talking astrology-wise. Except for no Virgo energy, but it is interesting to talk about the energy that's opposite you. And Pisces is your opposite sign, and we have Neptune going direct there on the 22nd. So, people don't know this about Virgo, but they've been dealing with Neptune opposite their sun. You know what I mean? So there might be this could either make you very, very spiritual or experiencing certain spiritual blocks, right? So you want to pay attention to the dreams that you do have, Virgo. And you want to pay attention to certain intuitions you're receiving from Neptune across your sun. Interesting. I just told myself if I see the High Priestess of Earth that was time to stop shuffling your cards, and I just seen her. So hello, Virgo. Other than that, it is 11/11 today. So you'll be watching this video later, possibly around the 15th or maybe sooner than that, I hope. But either way, this is the 11/11 energy. So this is a major day of completion. And I just want you to soak that energy up. So we have the moon in Virgo. That's no mistake that on the 11/11, November 11th, that we would be under the moon in Virgo. Very pure angelic energy. So go ahead and soak that up, guys. And know that I'm just tapping into some really intense energies in the universe right now. So what do we have for Virgo spirit? This is Virgo's reading for November 2017. All right, interesting. We have fragments again. This came up for Taurus. So fragment is the first card out for you. All right. Oh, and I know I mentioned this a little bit in my intro, but this energy in Scorpio is very, 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 very intuitive. And I know you appreciate structure and foundation, but with me in my North Node and Midheaven in Scorpio, I kind of just flow with these energies. But I'm gonna get you 4 cards from the Wisdom of the House of Night, and then I'm gonna get you 4 validating cards with regular tarot here. And so that's gonna be an 8-card spread. I thought that would be interesting because Scorpio is the 8th house, but with that being said, whatever Scorpio or whatever the 8th house wants to tell you about your 3rd house of communication, that's fine. Because I'm just going to go with it. I'm just the messenger here. But if you want to know a little bit more about the reading we're doing today, I'm just going to give you 8 cards. So we had differences. Virgo, is this card meant for you? Or was I just talking too much? It came out, so I'm going to lay it. So we're looking for energies for Virgo. Do you feel okay about that card, or do you think I should focus again? Some of you are saying I should put it back. Some of you are thinking that spirit. Okay, and we have individuality coming up. And this card came out as well. Self-worth, upside down, Virgo. Are you valuing your self-worth, Virgo? All right, one more card for you. And then we have your 4 cards from the Wisdom of the House of Night. This camera is like cutting my head off. I know you can't see the cards this time. I'm at my desk. Interesting that you're going through 3rd house energy. All right. We have love as your last card. And at the bottom of the deck, we have that chaos again, Virgo. So where chaos was in your last reading, I believe it was your core situation. Now we just have it at the bottom of the deck. So it's an underlying energy. So I see that some of you have moved from a less chaotic feel, right? That's interesting, Virgo. All right. So it's very, very interesting to me that we have fragments coming up, because I feel like this water energy with Scorpio, as I was mentioning before, it's all about transformation. And I don't care what sign you are. There's some water signs who are very emotionally distant. But, you know, I don't want to put you in a box as an earth sign. I'm just saying there are certain people who are very emotionally distant. And those are the people that are going to have a hard time with the ending of Scorpio season. We have a couple more weeks of this energy, and you know, this is very strong transformating energy, transformative energy. And it's interesting that the first card out for Taurus, I'm almost certain, I'm sure of it. I know that card came out for sure, and I'm sure that it came out in the beginning. And that might be interesting why at the beginning of the reading I thought you were the first earth sign that I was talking to. But then I was like, no, let's see here. There had to have been another one. Virgo's not the first earth sign. Yeah, so I did Taurus. Taurus is the first earth sign. It's right after Aries. And I do my readings all like in order, just to honor the zodiac wheel. And it's interesting that Spirit kind of reminded me of the Taurus reading, because I'm seeing here that similar to Taurus, we have this fragment, right? And this card came up a lot last month. So earth signs are still dealing with this kind of pieces, kind of information, kind of feeling. So Virgo, this talks about feeling, you know, fragmented. And when there's a fragmented energy, it means that a little bit of you is here, a little bit of you is there, a little bit of you is this and that, and all over the place. And there's this ghostly figure here in this fragmented card kind of elevating up from the earth. So, you know, you really are escaping to a place of earth, Virgo. And I believe I said the same thing to Taurus. You know, I believe these earth signs, you would rather escape. And we have Capricorn next. If fragments come up for Capricorn, that's just really interesting. But I'm feeling that the earth signs, and I have a lot of earth in my chart. I have a Capricorn rising and a Taurus moon. So, you know, even though I'm a Pisces, I do understand earth energy very well. In fact, Virgo is the energy that would complete my earth trine. So I very much honor Virgo energy. And I can feel you guys feeling a little bit aloof right now. It's definitely hard to ground yourself, right? Unless you're very familiar with emotions and how to ground yourself in emotions, then, you know, it's possible that the earth signs are having trouble grounding themselves. I'm not sure if you can see this card very well, because I did it in black and white to try to be cute. But yeah, there's this kind of ghostly figure, and there's nothing but earth all around her. So it's interesting, Virgo, that you're surrounded in earth, but you can't ground yourself. So I'm definitely seeing here that there's this ghostly figure. She is beautiful, and I don't sense very negative energy from her. But she's really strong, and there's a moon underneath her. So you're kind of using your intuition to kind of float above earth right now. And I see lots of flowers here, and it's kind of at nighttime. So, you know, there's something here with intuition. And I'm definitely feeling the similarities here with the Taurus reading. And it just know that if you're feeling a little bit aloof or like kind of floaty or illusiony, or like things aren't really making logical grounded sense right now, if you don't have the answers logically and intellectually like you want, Virgo, just know that it's the Scorpio energy. and that you can actually benefit right now from your feet being off the ground, because you are very much, you want to be in a place of earth. You want things to make logical sense. But Spirit is telling me that there are certain things that are just better left unexplained right now, and they're better left misunderstood. And you could be feeling misunderstood, Virgo, and if that's true, just know that even you yourself are not meant to be understood right now. I like this Scorpio energy because it comes and it transforms anything that we've hidden inside. And I'd be willing to bet that Virgo has a lot of hidden emotions inside, right? Not to make fun of you guys or anything, but I know that you guys, you don't typically like to wear your emotions on your sleeve. So in order to do not wear your emotions on your sleeve, you're going to have some type of storage for your emotions. There's going to have to be some type of place that you store your emotions. And the only problem with that is that around Scorpio season, it's really going to bring this fragmented energy. I don't think you guys enjoy I know some of you do. It really depends on your moon and your rising sign. But Virgo energy, and you guys aren't Virgos. You just represent Virgo. Virgo is a constellation in the sky. I'm not a Pisces. Pisces is a constellation in the sky, but it's more so a representation of that energy. So if you look at it that way, it's less offensive and less like harmful sounding. So, Virgo energy, which is what I'm talking to right now. And it's interesting that this is a 5-1 up there. Do you see that 5-1? Well, 5 plus 1 in numerology is 6. And so this is talking directly to the 6th house, which is you, Virgo. And it's talking about your foundation and the foundation of your lifestyle. So your lifestyle could be kind of up in the air right now. It could kind of be aloof. I keep hearing this word aloof. And to be aloof is to kind of hover above something. And that's exactly what she's doing. She's just hovering above, but it's okay because she's hovering above a place that she is of herself. This is all earth. And Virgo, you connect greatly with earth. So don't worry. At least you're you're invisible in a place of emotion, right? Or I'm sorry, that could be true. But you're in a place of earth. My leg was tickling me, and I didn't know if it was a bug or something, but it wasn't. So it kind of distracted me, but you never know. That could have been a reason to say that. You could be in a great deal of emotion, and that could be what's making you feel neither here nor there. You could be kind of in between worlds, and that's what I always say about this fragment card is sometimes we need to be in between worlds, and that's a lot of what Scorpio season does to us. We're in this kind of place of emotions and transformation. And for everyone handles it differently, and I'm seeing this coming up, this fragment. So your lifestyle could be in fragments. And what I mean by that is the logic of your lifestyle. You might not know why you're working a certain job or why you're living in a certain situation. You might not have the answer, Virgo. The earth in this picture is really reminding me of logic and of the answers to things. But the thing is this is nighttime. This is almost a Halloween feeling. And she's definitely a ghost. And I'm seeing you as this kind of figure, as an earth sign. You're really feeling a little bit mysterious and a little bit hidden right now. And perhaps you would like it that way because you don't really like all these emotions. And let me tell you, the craziest thing about Scorpio season isn't what you feel. It's what everybody else is feeling. Like I said, everyone handles this energy differently. Virgo, Taurus, you guys are just kind of going ghost on people. Maybe, you're not really expressing your emotions or your feelings because you want it to make sense. And as a Virgo, if things don't make sense to you, you just kind of avoid it. Or after you try to figure it out, of course. And if there's certain things here that just aren't going to be figured out in Scorpio season, I don't even know if they'll be figured out in Sagittarius season, but your lifestyle is coming up here with the number 6, and there's something here with fragments as well. So we will get clarifiers, and I'm really interested in this energy, especially because it came out with Taurus's reading. So I know a lot of the earth signs are handling this water. Water really does make earth signs feel all over the place. So, I'm going to really listen to this as I'm with a Virgo as well. I'm with a Virgo partner. And I've been pretty hard on her about emotions and just feelings and stuff like that. I mean, that was more so in the beginning of our relationship. But, I have a lot of Virgo energy in my life. And since you guys are my opposite, did you know that? Your Pisces opposite. So, it's just giving me a lot of insight to what you guys might be going through right now, especially how you handle the darkness as well. Okay, because Scorpio is the eighth house of darkness, and they're not dark people, but they're hidden. And the eighth house is very hidden. So, the angels, and this is a very angelic, this could be the spirit of an angel as well. There's something here with certain hidden energies, hidden emotions, hidden feelings. And Virgo, you're an angel, so you deal with darkness differently. And there's also something here about purity. It's interesting that Virgo is very linked to purity and sobriety. And it could be so that when Scorpio, another very pure sign when it comes to emotions, you could just be kind of floating with this energy. I don't see this as a bad thing. I just see some Virgos feeling fragmented, like you're in between worlds. I see other Virgos just escaping to the earth element. And I see a lot of Virgos just kind of floating. So we'll get clarifiers on that. But that's very beautiful to start your reading. I don't feel a bad energy with it. I just feel mysterious. And that's so Virgo. And it doesn't necessarily feel grounded, you know what I mean? And it doesn't feel earthy. And even me as a reader, I'm trying to logic this situation. I'm trying to make logic of all these different pieces. Virgo, you do very well with the different pieces of stuff, right? You like to analyze. So you might have a lot of emotion to analyze right now. You might be analyzing the emotion of your lifestyle, of your work environment. You might be analyzing the situation of other people's emotions or your relationships with people. But I do see you working very well with these little pieces. Just know, Virgo, that you more than anybody work well with different pieces of a situation. You are the analyzers and the critiquers of the zodiac sign. So you have the ability to take these pieces and put them back together and make them make sense. But you might not just be able to do that right now, because there's something here. An energy is even telling me to kind of back away, like, listen, Pisces, don't try to make sense. So that might be me picking up on your energy. Like, I want so bad for it to be earth. I want so bad for it to be logic and for it to make sense. Scorpio energy does that to people. I feel like Scorpio makes the least sense out of all the zodiac signs, because it's about death and rebirth. And we don't know much about birth or death here in this realm, because it's just simply not logical. So there's something here about that as well, Virgo. But I'm feeling spirit. It's a very blissful feeling. And so if you are dealing with this kind of this absence of logic and this absence of earth, just hang on, okay? Just hang on. I know your birthdays were a little while ago, and Capricorn season is coming soon. After Sagittarius season, we'll have cardinal earth for you. And I feel like things will extremely ground for you at that time. So just hang on, and I would really alchemize with these energies right now. This fragmented energy feeling kind of in pieces. And what this card talks about is, even if you feel in pieces, Spirit is here to remind you that you're always whole. Your spirit is always whole in a different realm. So you really want to, if you're feeling all over the place, Virgo, and I don't know how it feels, to be a Virgo, and because we all handle these energies differently. I'd probably be having a ball. I'm a Pisces, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would just like all that. But Virgo is the opposite of me, and you like to ground things and make them make logical sense. So just know that this is important to your lifestyle, that you're going through these kind of transitions right now, and you're going to come out in a really good position. Okay, so that's what that fragment card is saying to me in my intuition. We are going to pull clarifiers in a little bit. First, let's move on though to the differences card. So we have this differences card, and we have these two cats. So cats to me symbolize spirituality. So there's some differences here in spirituality that are coming up for you, Virgo, the light and the dark. As angels, you understand the light and the dark. And in the bowl, we have an orange and an apple. So it's talking about complete polarity here. And this is very yin and yang and very balanced, right? Talking about the opposite ends of a spectrum, with the apple and the orange and the white and the black, I'm saying here, in Scorpio season, I've said to a couple of signs that there really is no gray area right now, unless Scorpio season is the gray area and we as humans just want to decipher between the white and the black. But sometimes we mix those energies, and that's why I have this kind of gray and black theme for Scorpio season. To kind of, even my darker, mysterious energies come out around this time. So there are some differences coming up here for you, Virgo, and this might be why you feel a little bit fragmented. I'm seeing this fragment card in a lot of different ways. Some of you feel in pieces, some of you are just in between worlds. I'm seeing a lot there, and I can't wait to get a clarifier. I'm just following my intuition here, and I'm seeing that, there may be some differences causing you to feel in pieces. Like, you may want different things at this time, and especially because you're an earth sign and water is your opposite. So, this is different. You're the white cat, and Scorpio and Pisces and Cancer are the black cats, and, all earth signs are this white cat. And then you're in a season now of your opposite. Same with Taurus, same with Capricorn. You're all experiencing the opposite element of what you're usually aware of, okay? So that could be why you're kind of floating above the earth. And there's something here about the balances of differences, the polarity. And, this is about the pieces as well, putting the pieces together, the different pieces, because this is right by the fragment card. So there's something here about very different pieces. It's almost like a puzzle, Virgo. And your guys' energy is a puzzle. It's very, I guess I don't mean to say it like that. I'm just saying Virgos typically enjoy puzzles. I know a lot of Virgos who enjoy puzzles. And so we have this moon here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's by the white cat. See it there? This deck has a lot of moons. There is a moon in the fragment card as well, but it's more so beneath her feet. Yes, this is going to be extremely hard to see. I'll put my nail there, but there is a moon. Not sure if you can see it, but it is there. My thing is I've been doing these readings this month, and I've really been seeing and analyzing where these moons are showing up at, because some cards have them, some cards don't. And then I'll be looking at them, and then it'll just show me where the moon is. And, I'm using my intuition here. So, Virgo, your intuition could be in fragments right now. That's only for a short, select few of you who are really not doing well with this water energy. Let's say if you have a rising sign that's an earth or air sign, or if you have a moon sign that's an earth or air sign. If you have a fire moon, or if like a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries moon, or a water moon, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, or rising sign, if you have water or fire in very important placements in your chart, then you could be some of the Virgos that are actually using this intuition to take flight. Because right beneath this lady's feet is this very faint moon. And to me, that's you guys. You guys seem like these logical people, but you are also very, very spiritual and very, very intuitive and very, very emotional. Whoops, I don't mean to reveal your secrets. But it's important that you know that I know this, and that certain spiritual people know this. You are Pisces opposite, but that doesn't mean you're not spiritual or emotional. It means that you're the opposite spectrum of that. So I'm led back to this differences, this Virgo Pisces opposition, this water earth opposition. So some of you are using this intuition to take flight and using this spirituality, because the crescent moon, it's symbolic for your feelings. It's symbolic for your intuition, your mood, and your emotions, and your spirituality. So I really like this deck, and it's very great to use during these months where our intuition and our emotions are so, so important. So that moon now it's by the white cat. So, there is some type of intuition you're using when it comes to the light and the dark. You could be really, really, really noticing certain people's dark sides come out. Scorpio season does that. Everybody has a different dark. Everyone has a different light. And, you're noticing the differences in the light and the dark, and the fact that dark is not evil and light is not good. And that the universe knows no evil or good. It just knows the laws of the universe, right? So this is something that I've noticed, and I see here that there's some type of balancing going on with the light and the dark. This is a yin and yang type of energy. So Virgo, you could very much be balancing your own differences. That could be what Scorpio season is helping you do. You could be that might be why you're in fragments, because you're noticing, I'm not all light, I'm not all dark, I'm both. And it's interesting how I can be that, but you are an angel, so you understand light and dark, and you understand that it's everybody has light and dark, and you can pretty much feel that as an angel and as a Virgo. You are analyzing this. And I see this moon here by this white cat. So you are coming from a place of pure emotion, and you are coming from a place of your feelings are pure, and you're coming from a place of pure psychic and pure intuition. You really want to trust your intuition right now, Virgo. And let's not forget here that this is about communication, because Scorpio is your third house. So the sun is really trying to make you aware of the light and the dark, about maybe you're communicating more about the light that you feel and the dark that you feel. Maybe you're communicating more about the differences that you feel in the world or that you're analyzing. You could feel fragmented with your communication. If you're dealing with anybody in your life that the communication is broken up about, like you can't really communicate well with them, Virgo, I know you guys have a lot of throat chakra issues in this life. So this is really, really putting emphasis on your third house of communication and your throat chakra. Also, that Taurus full moon on the 3rd and 4th had a lot to do with the throat chakra. So you really want to pay attention to the differences that you're noticing in your throat chakra and in the communications that you're having with other people, okay? Because you're going to be able to gain even more analytical ability with this kind of polarity and the differences in the world. So I'm seeing that there's a lot of different fragments here. Also, this is a 3 and a 6, so 6 plus 3 is 9. And so, the ninth house is Sagittarius, and Sagittarius season is in November as well. So this is the November reading, and my readings are a little bit later now. So I'm seeing here that there's definitely some ninth house energy coming through, and when that, you do have Mercury in the ninth house, so this could be talking about Mercury in the ninth house and the differences of Mercury and what Mercury and Sagittarius is kind of showing you, Virgo. Mercury in that ninth house, Mercury is in your fourth house, but Sagittarius is the ninth house, so Mercury is in the universe's ninth house. So all of us are kind of experiencing the expansion of thought. Okay, so if you're changing the way that you think, or if you're changing anything, any transformations going on right now, Virgo, it's very, very important. These are very, very needed transformations. So, it could make you, if you look at it logically, it could be making you feel very different and very much in pieces. But it's about mastering that light and the dark. You really want to balance and honor and almost control, in a way, the light aspects of you and the dark aspects. It might be good for you to kind of acknowledge and determine what's light about you and what's dark about you. And you might be doing that in this kind of fragmented state, you know what I mean? That might be why you're in between worlds right now. Really trying to understand these differences, and not only in you but in the world. So I'm seeing a little bit of that here, the lifestyle in the ninth house. So your higher beliefs of the light and the dark. And, this is whatever you believe, Christianity, Buddhism, spirituality, and the universe, whatever, Virgo. I have a respect for all different beliefs. So there's something here. Every belief, though, has a light and a dark. Even church, even Christianity has a light and the dark. There's a lot of light and dark that comes out of everything. Almost everything has a light and a dark side. And the fact that these are cats, cats are very, very superstitious, and it kind of stands for psychic protection. So just know that this black cat is symbolic for psychic protection, Virgo, so that you're not getting any psychic attacks, and you may be dealing with psychic attacks. But this black cat is kind of protecting the purity of you. So just know that I see Scorpio as this psychic protection for you right now. And you are really strong. You're in a strong position. Your purity. The white cat is symbolic for the Virgo purity, and then the black cat is symbolic for Scorpio kind of, protecting you right now. So I see some differences there in the fragmented pieces, okay? Your life could be changing. I see differences in the lifestyle. I see a lot of differences, and what could you expect, Virgo? This is the transformation. This is death and rebirth, okay? Light and the dark. So there's a lot changing right now. and you just want to kind of flow with that. It looks like you're floating with it. So good. And now the third card here, we have the individuality. Okay, so I'm seeing this in a lot of different ways here. I am seeing you guys taking flight with your intuition and taking flight with who you are as an individual, right? You realize the differences of the pieces that you have that make up you Virgo, all the different pieces that make you who you are. You're realizing that, and you're really owning that. You know, you're really becoming your own sense of your individual. And then we have the moon here now on your third eye, right? So you're really incorporating the differences in your your light and dark side, you know, whereas first you were coming from a grounded position of intuition. And then, you know, now your light side and your there now there's a balance of intuition with the dark and the light. And now you've applied this to your very own third eye chakra right here where this moon is on this lady, right? So this is interesting that I really see you expanding your knowledge here about the light and the dark in the world, the light and the dark within you, and you will be able to take flight. I'm seeing a lot here about taking flight because that's kind of what this figure is doing here. And then we have the bird here. That's why I keep saying take flight as an individual, because I'm seeing this bird on the side of your reading. So there's something here about spreading your wings as an individual and taking flight to protect who you are as an individual. And you really want to trust your intuition when it comes to where you're going to take flight to and the different ways you're going to spread your wings and where you're going, Virgo. But I see this looks like a Virgo. Look, her long, pretty, dark black hair, you know. It's interesting that she's looking at me through the eyes of a Virgo. And she's hiding a smile almost. They say that earth signs don't smile that much. So inside, you're feeling very mysterious, Virgo. And you are taking flight with these new in your individuality, right? You're protecting and taking flight within the differences of your individuality. You are a very unique individual, and that is at the core of your reading. These cards here are telling me that Virgo is a very unique individual, and that's why they're kind of in between worlds right now. And you know, it's interesting that I'm not saying all Virgos are great, and you know, there's always bad people or whatever. I don't want to put a whole sign in a box. But Virgo energy is very interesting. And if I was a Scorpio, since Scorpio wants to transform the ego, right? Well, Leo is about the ego. And I'm saying this because Leo is Virgo's 12th house. So ego is something that I believe most Virgos, most enlightened Virgos, do not come from a place of ego, because you guys have Leo as your 12th house. So, you know, you really have already kind of spiritually evolved from that Leo energy that's kind of more egotistical or kind of cocky, stuff like that. So, you know, what I'm saying is Scorpio transforms the ego, and, you know, that might be why Scorpio is Virgo's third house, because it's more so communicating about that with other people. But I see you guys flying away from that kind of egotistical energy. In other words, Scorpio has a very different effect on you guys, and it is hilarious. In my life, I have had the pleasure of seeing Virgo and Scorpio together on a few different occasions, like a Scorpio person and a Virgo person. Really interesting how Virgo interacts with Scorpio. You guys just really don't care. Like, it's really funny because I'm someone who is very affected by Scorpio energy. Very, 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 very affected by Scorpio energy. Virgo is not scared of Scorpio. They aren't scared of Scorpio season. You know what I mean? Like, look at you guys. It's Scorpio season and you're like, oh, Scorpio season. Time for me to, you know, go invisible or do whatever it is that I do. And, you know, you're like, oh, time for my differences to take flight. So there is something here about the differences taking flight. And I think you guys like the purity of Scorpio season. Probably because you as Virgo, every day, 365 days a year, every month, every season, you guys have this kind of hidden intuition about you. It's part of who you are as an individual to know people's light and dark sides. So, you know, even most of us only gain this intuition and ability to see people's light and dark in Scorpio season. But Virgo, you guys know every day, all day, every day, no matter what day it is, you are able to see someone's light and dark. And usually, you know, when it isn't Scorpio season, people have a greater ability of hiding who they are, right? And so then Virgo, you're left with this awful feeling like, I know you're a fucker. I know that you are not a good person, that you have ulterior motives. I can feel you. Virgos are very into, like, you guys can just feel the true intentions of a person. So in Scorpio season, it's very hard for people to hide who they truly are because the darkest part of our soul is shining through. So I think Virgo does pretty well around this time because, whereas before you'd have to do all this extra work and all this extra analyzation, and you'd have to put up this wall because you feel a monster underneath the mask of a human. But Scorpio season has a way of unmasking people. And so for the last month or so, almost a month now, things have really been shining out, and there's been this light kind of shed on the darkness where, Virgo, you are usually working hard at that. You're usually a really hard worker at the light and the dark and everything like that. And in Scorpio season, maybe you guys just maybe you're able to kind of just check out a little bit. Maybe you don't have to work as hard with the differences of people. You know what I mean? Because they're just more clearly seen by you. I think the dark becomes easier to analyze for Virgo in Scorpio season. And that's just what I'm picking up on here. And I'm seeing, other than you being a very different individual. I mean, come on now. The person I just explained, the Virgos that I just explained, very different people, very unique individuals. There could even be two different sides to you, Virgo, that you show people, the lighter side and the more darker side. Because in order to acknowledge and analyze other people's darkness, it's because you're aware of it. And if you're aware of something, it's because you've been through it and because you relate to it. So you almost can relate to the darkness in other people because you've been through it as an angel, okay? So there's something there with you as an individual and how you're dealing with the differences and the pieces. It's maybe this isn't so much you, but for some Virgos, this is the energy that you are dealing with and analyzing and trying to solve now that it's Scorpio season. Okay, let's see here. We did have individuality come up it's 4 and 7 up there. So I don't know if 47 means anything to you guys, or 36, or 15, or 10. But if you add 4 and 7 together, it's 11. So, this could have something to do with your house of community, who you are as an individual when it comes to your community, where you live, what city you live in, town, state. The 11th house has to do with working with other people. And I do see a lot of taking flight here, so how are you working with other people, Virgo? Are you getting along with people? Is the light and the dark about them, causing you some type of grief, anything like that? So I'm just saying you want to be an individual amongst the people you're around. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. You want to be an individual because the 11th house is all about groups and large people. So you really don't want to. This is just talking about remaining an individual no matter what crazy shit is going on around you. There is a lot of differences and it's a lot of transformation right now. Scorpio comes in and transforms people in their emotions and their whole entire personality, it seems. So, when everything's transforming and everything's kind of growing and everybody's letting go of certain things and nobody knows what they feel right now. And it's extremely hard to be an analytical person, Virgo, when what you're analyzing is changing. It'd be kind of like, that game you play as a kid when you turn over a certain card and then it's a game of memory. It's a matching memory game. And, each card has a duplicate. So you turn over this and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that card being up here. And then you turn it over. I think a Virgo would be very good at that game. Most of you have photographic memory. But it'd be even harder to analyze a situation if the situation isn't staying the same. Do you know what I mean by that? If the situation is changing a lot, you could very much become overwhelmed with analyzing and critiquing a situation. And that's just what you guys are here to do, So you want to remain an individual while everybody else is different and changing, and feelings are changing, emotions are changing, spirituality is changing. It's fall. We're all going through tremendous transformations right now. So just remain that loving individual that you are, Virgo. Remain that unique individual that you are. Remain that spiritual, intuitive figure that you are. And this is a very light energy you can't see, but it's very pink. The bird is pink. Everything is light and soft. So this is a very loving energy. And I believe that's why the love card came out, all right? So let's talk a little bit about that before we get you some clarifiers. So love is coming up for you. This card came up for Leo as well. So some of you may be in love with a Leo. Some of you may be, just in cahoots with a Leo because this card came out for them as well. This card talks about having an open heart, right? I had a completely different message for Leo. For you, Virgo, I'm just seeing you handling your heart in a delicate way. That did come up for Leo a little bit, but it's a completely different message for you. At the end of November, possibly beginning of December, there is new love coming in for you. This talks about new love for some of you after a period of hurt, because I do see here that her heart is kind of gift wrapped. It looks like she's wrapped it up as a Christmas gift. So some of you are planning on giving your heart to certain people, and it could be towards the end of November, or people that you've perhaps already given your heart to, but you're still holding your heart in a way to kind of protect it, right? So you could be protecting your heart, but Spirit is saying, Virgo, make sure your heart is open. Make sure you're an open-hearted individual. I know people are different in that everything's in pieces. Your heart could even be in pieces. For some of you Virgos, the pain that you're feeling, you're being asked to heal. So wherever there is pain, make sure you're applying that kind of healing energy to your heart. And this is talking about listening to your heart as well. If you are dealing with a heartbreak or any type of betrayal or anything like that, this card literally talks about Spirit giving you even better love. So if there's love that you've sacrificed or love that you have let go of, just know that there's even better love for you in the future. Like, love is looking good. This is your future position, the last card of the reading. So love is coming in, and it's a very delicate love. This is being handled with care. So for where the last person could have really ripped your heart up and handled it with like no care at all, there's more loving people, and you could even be turning into a more loving individual, Virgo, whereas before you were feeling more in pieces, there's too much going on and you couldn't even gather yourself. But now towards the end of November, because at the beginning there was this fragments, and around right now you're focusing on yourself as an individual. You're focusing on the differences about you because you want to analyze yourself, right? Nobody ever asks Virgo about them. Like, you guys are so analyzing usually all these situations about other people or exterior situations. But have you ever thought about how much a Virgo must analyze their own self? Like, your guys' minds never stop running. So you're bound to be doing analyzation and critiquing with your own self too. So you could very much be analyzing your own heart. This is talking about your heart's intuition as well, Virgo. So you want to follow your intuition. I see you have the third eye right now, and you have the intuition of the moon. So there's a lot of feelings. You see this moon here in the heart? It's right here for you. This is where the moon is. So, you wanna follow your intuition, whether that be hiding your heart or keeping your heart from certain people, giving it to others. Just know that Spirit and intuition is really going to be an advocate for you. It's really going to be helping you this month in November, because of the Scorpio energy. And this is talking about speaking from your heart as well, Virgo, because this is the third house from you. So you really want to speak, whether it be dark or light, from the heart. And what I mean by that is either the joy or the pain that you've experienced this far. It's a part of who you are as an individual, right? So in order to remain that loving, open-hearted individual, you need to express the pain and the joy, both the pain and the joy that you've experienced this far. Throat chakra block. Did you catch that? So, and I know maybe some people think, oh, you just had to cough, but no, everything happens for a reason. And, you guys have really dealt with a lot of throat chakra blocks, and I believe this Scorpio Taurus energy is exactly what you need to open up your heart's communication. This is communicating from the heart instead of the mind. You're so used to communicating from a place of your mind, but, November and December, ending the year, this 2017, you're being asked to end it in a way with love, and you want to open your heart. You want to be open to heart communication. You want to be open to the intuition that you feel in your heart. Feelings are definitely related to the heart. So, there's a lot here with this Virgo. This is also the 10th card. So this is talking about completions with love. A lot of you could be going through certain completions with love, or others of you could be, this is 1 plus 0 and that equals 1. So you guys also could be starting new relationships with other people. And this is a heart offer. So this is other people offering their heart and love to you, and you offering their heart and love, your heart and love to other people as well. So, I'm just going to listen here since we're finished here with these cards. Well, I guess I'm going to talk about the underlying energy first so I don't forget. And I'm just going to listen here for anything else that might be wanting to come through, because I do see, a lot of differences. There's a lot of different pieces you're dealing with right now, Virgo. The job, the kids, the mom, the wife, the family, the relationships, the money, the bills. Like, there's lots of different pieces. My spirituality, what I really feel. Like, all of a sudden, Virgo cares about how they feel. I know you always care, but Scorpio season came in, and now it's hard. It's hard because there's matters of the heart coming up now. Scorpio is very related to the heart as well. You know what I mean? And so is Leo. So, there's something there with transformation. Your heart is transforming, Virgo. And you're also transforming in different ways. Like, different pieces of you are transforming. So if we look at it this way, I do see some fragmented differences. And it's about gathering the pieces up of yourself so that you can feel whole again. Other than all the other spiritual stuff, I was talking about that fragment card because it's speaking volumes to me. Something here about earth, and flying and being a spirit. Your spirit is really soaring right now. And there's the releasing of spirits right now as well. So you want to release certain spirits from the past, any heartbreak or anything that you might have dealt with, to cause you these kind of polarity. It's about two different things coming together to create one. And that's a very intuitive, very psychic energy there. And I also see you being a different individual. You may have been in pieces as an individual, which is causing these differences, but I'm seeing you surrounded by the differences of love. So you could be with a partner who seems very different from you, because there's this individual here with this bird about to take flight, and this bird is very beautiful and light. So this is like something taking flight here, even with the fragment card. And that's what this releasing energy is talking to me about. So love is about to take flight for you, Virgo, in November and December. And we have the differences here. You are a very different individual. So the way that you love is very different as well. You love as an individual. And this is talking about self-love as well. So, we have individuality and we have love here. So you really want to love yourself as an individual, even though you're different. And if you are in a lot of pieces, love every single one of those pieces, Virgo. You need to love all the pieces that make you who you are, because you are a great person. You really are one of the most amazing people. I do have the moon at the bottom of the deck. So some of you, this could be talking about the Taurus full moon. This could be talking about a Pisces. I do see Libra under that, and I do see Aries under that, and I do see Scorpio under that. So some Virgos could be dealing with a Scorpio, some could be dealing with a Pisces or a Libra or Aries. For others of you, where things fell apart before, you're going to be, taking a risk and having a new beginning. Some of you have a new beginning coming with a Pisces or with your feelings. There's a new beginning here with feelings, because Pisces is the water, and the moon, it has to do with your feelings. So the moon is also about completions and new beginnings. So this could be talking about the Gemini full moon next month, but there's something here completing a cycle. Also, I see here that there's the moon and the sun. So on the 18th, with that new moon in Scorpio, there could be a new beginning coming for you, Virgo. You really are taking a leap here, and this is an Aries card as well. So some of you could be, dealing with either an Aries or a Pisces, or you're dealing with a new beginning with a Pisces, or a new beginning with your emotions. Others of you are really balancing out your emotions, or you're dealing with a Libra, an emotional Libra, something like that. But I'm feeling more that this is just balance with your emotions. So definitely trust your own intuition. And there is the Tower here. So this is Scorpio energy, but I'm not seeing it as that. I'm seeing it more so as certain things that just needed to fall apart. And it's interesting that I say that, because that might be why you're in fragments. Libra season could have been, that was last month. Libra season could have been very you know, when things are balancing out, a lot of things get put in pieces and stuff. You know what I mean? We do have the Ten of Swords showing up here for you guys. So there is a certain ending of pain that is happening for you, Virgo, and you're moving on in a much more loving way. This is a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio offering their love to you, but it does not have to be a water sign, you guys. This could be someone who's very emotional. This could be you, you know, rising from the pain and moving on and offering your cup of emotion to someone else. I do see a lover here. There's the Six of Cups. This is another water energy. Some of you may have a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer soulmate coming back from the past. And if it's not that, then it's just your past and present emotions that you used to feel, and emotions that you feel now, and emotions that you will feel in the future, all coming together and creating this kind of pure balance. But I do see this as a soulmate card. So, you know, for that, these cards to come up, Leo got the same information. So you and Leo, there's certain blessings come in there, and, you know, that has to happen after pain. After you admit your pain and you admit that you've been stabbed in the back and that you've been really hurt and wounded, you know, amazing things come in for you, Virgo. I do see an Aquarius here, and I see it with the Nine of Cups. So here is another wish card. This is two wishes. This is the wish card with the star, wish upon a star. And then here's the Nine of Cups, which is talking about someone whose wish was fulfilled, or someone who's very emotionally content, right? So, you know, you could be wishing for emotional contentment with an Aquarius, or you could be wishing for emotional contentment for yourself. But this is the Aquarius card. For very few Virgo, you are dealing with an Aquarius. And if it's not an Aquarius, this star card is coming up so that you're keeping the faith. Emotional stability and emotional contentment right now, Virgo. This is definitely Scorpio season. Scorpio wants everyone to be emotionally fulfilled, and when you're not emotionally fulfilled, that's when Scorpio will reveal your secrets of why you're not emotionally fulfilled. So you really want to keep the faith here, and you want to make the wishes of emotional contentment, because it's here for you, Virgo. We have the Tower card coming out again. Okay, so there's something here that has to fall apart in order for you to take the leap of a new beginning. So you don't want to be holding on to instability. Okay, that might be why in the beginning here you're kind of taking flight, and you're definitely like not really on the ground, Virgo. And I know that if I was a Virgo, I would have an intuition about when things like this were going to happen. You guys can feel when your stability and when your foundation is not completely secure. Okay, this tower is fallen down. It's been struck by lightning. Okay, this is kind of a Scorpio energy, so it might have something to do with that. But this needs to happen sometimes, because bad situations have to end. I'm glad we have a tower. This could be Scorpio season, and it could be things falling apart in a way that you get emotion. Like this happened because there was way too much pain going on for you, Virgo. So this is speaking to anything that has or have or will fall apart for you. Don't be afraid of the tower. This is just happening because there was instability somewhere. This could be quitting a job, or, you know, this is symbolic for anything that has ended, right? Anything that has kind of shaken itself up and ended in a way where you can't really, you know, come back to it. And it's okay, because we have the Fool card right after that. So this is another Aries card. There's a new beginning here with an Aries. There's a new beginning of sunshine, and you're gonna take a risk, right? It's like you don't really have much else. Like a lot of this, if this tower fell apart, you know, they done jumped ship, right? Well, you know, all you have left is your little sack right there. You just packed, and Virgo's like that. Virgo, you would pack like toothpaste and the clothes that you need, and maybe some essentials for food. You're not really that materialistic. You're just logical. So you have everything that you'll need in this little bag. The sun is shining for you on this new journey. So that information did come out for some of you Virgos. All right. So let's get a clarifier for each of these cards here. Okay, we had fragments and the Ace of Cups come up. I'm not sure. This card kind of flipped back over, so I'm going to keep going. But there could be some Virgos who are feeling a little bit emotionally all over the place. And that's kind of what I was getting in the beginning of this reading. And there is a Cancer card underneath that. Okay, so there's something here, and then there's Mercury. We have the Magician. So, you know, you really want to alchemize with these emotions, Virgo. So let's get a card for Virgo for fragments. Why is Virgo feeling in pieces? Why is Virgo not feeling grounded? Why is Virgo spiritually, this could be spiritual ascension as well. Okay, I do see this as spiritual ascension. You could be transforming spiritually. Okay, we have the Empress card show up. So this could be love. Love is Emperor, Empress. Venus in Scorpio. Okay, let's get clear clarifiers for Virgo, because this is not a time of clarity, so at least let me allow them a clarity reading, please. Virgo, 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 Virgo. Fragment. Whoa. Okay, well, I see the Gemini and Capricorn, something there with that. The Lovers card, so there could be certain love in your life that is in fragments. But I'm looking for, I just want a card for each one of these cards on the table. And we're going to start with fragments here. What more could I talk about fragments? Okay, so, alright. Interesting. Okay, so the first card we have is the Ten of Swords again. This card is coming out for, I hope you've seen me shuffle, because, you know, Spirit doesn't lie. Virgo, Scorpio season has brought up a lot of pain for you. And you might not be walking around with this pain. It doesn't look like that guy's walking around. So this could come to you at night when you're sleeping. This could be coming to you at a subconscious level. The Ten of Swords is a mental energy. Okay, so you could be feeling very mentally fragmented right now, is what I'm seeing. So, yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that before, that Virgo might be grounded physically, but mentally, you know, Scorpio is going to come after you guys in a mental way. That's the way to reach Virgo. So there is some pain here, Virgo, that is in your mental space. And it's definitely due to Scorpio season. And we have a transformation of pain here. These cards came out right together to verify fragments. So the reason why you're in fragments is because there's a lot of mental pain that you're still trying to hash out. And you might not feel good about it because you're like, this happened years ago. This happened months ago. Why am I still caught up in, why am I still in pain? Well, it's because your subconscious never got up, Virgo. And you are a mentally ruled person. Remember how Mercury was at the bottom of the deck? Well, that was trying to tell me that this is a mental energy. We do have your ruling planet in Sagittarius, okay? So this is expanding your thought. And in order to do that, we have to release pain, right? We have to let these swords fall out of our back. So you were betrayed, you were backstabbed, Virgo. You were hurt by certain people, you were stolen from and lied to. And, you know, you might not feel hurt physically, even though it'd be fine if you were, because this is the Ten of Swords. So this is a completion of pain. And I see this is why you're in fragments, because you were very hurt. This is ultimate pain. And if for some of you, it could be, you know, pain from a Scorpio or, you know, a water sign. But this is death, you know what I mean? Like, some of you may even be in pain because of actual death. I don't usually read this card as actual death, but since it's coming up as fragments and since I see this kind of spirit here, some of you may be going through a death with a family member, or experiencing some type of, someone passed away or something like that in November, and you know that has really brought up some emotional pain. That's something that Virgo will show pain about, is if someone important to them has passed away. And I'm only seeing that as one of these swords. You know, there are 10 here. So there's one sword that belongs to an ex, and one sword belongs to your home environment. One sword is a family related matter. Another sword is just the one that you put in your own back. But there is a lot of pain here, Virgo. And this is why you feel fragmented. This is why you feel in pain. And this is why you feel kind of all over the place and in between worlds. But you really want to be open to this pain, okay? Because Scorpio season, it lets the pain that we hide inside us and that we keep inside of us. Some of us are really badass and we go through life with pain inside, but we still can work fine. Right? We still look good, we still look fine, we still seem good, we're still helping people, we're doing a great job. So you know what's bad about that is that no one knows what you're dealing with on the inside. Is that you, Virgo? You're very logical and you're very analytical. So with that being said, it's very easy for you to know what people can see about you, right? So you may be hiding this kind of pain and you may be trying to escape from it, but please deal with this in Scorpio season. We have a couple more weeks of it, and this came out right with the Scorpio. So this is talking about Scorpio bringing up a lot of pain for you, but this is also talking about the transformation of pain. So this man will rise again. Virgo, you will rise again. And you'll realize that you can take these swords out of your back and use them as your own protection. And you can use them as your own kind of defense. And I'm not encouraging you to be a defensive person, but the people who stabbed you in the back, they better not be in arm's reach. Because I'm not saying you guys are revengeful people, but Virgo is very tied to karma. And people who hurt Virgo receive their karma. So, this is the pieces that I'm feeling about you. And just know that if this man is dead, you know what I mean? I am seeing two dead. There's a lot of death here. And it's validating this spirit. So there's something about you that has died. And there's certain spirits, that aren't real about you anymore, Virgo. A few months ago, you could have been dealing with tremendous pain that just wants to be released now. So you definitely don't want to focus too much on this pain, because I feel that it's past. I feel that this has already happened. And it's just being brought up energetically so that Scorpio energy can purify it, so that you can release it, so that you can be reborn, right? This person is going to be reborn into something very, very intelligent. He's not going to allow people to stab him anymore. He's been stabbed 10 times. So allow yourself to transform, Virgo. And you really want to release certain painful things from your past. Okay, let's get one for differences. Differences. Okay, that was something, but I'm singing and my cards are, I need to just focus. Card for differences for Virgo. What is Alright, hold on a second. Okay. You want to balance out your differences is what Spirit is saying. I have a Pisces at the bottom of the deck. So for a short view of you, you could be balancing out the differences between you and a Pisces lover. I know lots of Virgos and Pisces that are together. But I just tried so hard to wink and I don't know if it worked. But yeah, there are some balancing here going on, either with your emotions, because the moon can signify emotions. There could be balancing going on around the full moon in Gemini next month, or the full moon in Taurus could have balanced out some differences for you. But, we have the Libra card and we have the moon card. The moon card was on the bottom, so that's just a hidden energy there for you. So you could be balancing out the differences of things that are hidden. Or you could be balancing out your emotions. You could be balancing things out with a Libra for some of you, but I'm really seeing that this is just balance. It's so awesome that the differences card is being validated by the Justice, because you're just going to be balancing your light and dark, Virgo, and that is why the differences card is shown up for you. It's because you're really, really in a place of polarity right now, and you're really in a place of duality. Okay, and I have the Ten of Pentacles coming out, which is a Mercury and Virgo card. So, you're still grounded in the way that you're thinking. And this could be coming out for the individual card, because you are a very earthy, a very completed individual, right? And you're a very grounded individual. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this card came out for individuality. And then we have the Empress underneath. So you're also a very loving and grounded figure, Virgo. So for the last card, since this video is so long, okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles coming out, and I believe the Page of Swords is on the bottom. So there's going to be some type of balanced truths, okay? So this is about having balanced. Interesting, you have the third house, right? Scorpio is all about your third house. So you're going to be having balanced conversations, because this is a conversation, right? Underlying energy is the Page of Swords, and you might be having conversations about certain Ten of Cups energies. So, emotional fulfillment there. And we have the Nine of Pentacles under that, and the King of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. So there's a lot about partnerships here as well. So when you are communicating, or if you're giving to people, Virgo, you want to balance this out. This is coming up for the Love card, okay? So when it comes to opening up your heart to people, you may be in the position to give a little bit more. You see how these people are being given to, and he's balancing this out. So it's interesting that you had two balance cards come up. You're having the balance here of the differences. And so you may be balancing out the differences in the love that you're experiencing. Love is the give and take. Sometimes one of the people are down here. Sometimes you're able to do this. So you want to make sure that in your relationships or in matters of love, that you're really balancing yourself out, Virgo. You don't want to be the only one giving, because one day you'll wind up as these people because you've given everything away. And you don't want to, be the people who are always receiving. You definitely want to stand up. You don't want to get comfortable down here in a receiving position, right? Because then you look like a beggar, and ain't no Virgo having that, right? You guys have everything that you need, and you guys know how to work, and you know how to balance things out. So I don't know which one you are, Virgo, but you want to make sure that you're not only being that figure, because there's so much more here, and you want to balance it out with love. Right? So you're helping a certain partner out right now is what I'm seeing. You're in a position of balanced love. And that's why differences is coming up. There are certain completions happening. Going back to that a little bit, the Ten of Pentacles verifying your individuality. So who you are, Virgo, is transforming. And this is you. This is the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn transformation. So, there is no 11 of Pentacles. So where there was a 10 of Swords before, you're actually the Ten of Pentacles. So this is an air and earth energy, very intellectual. And that could be a little bit to do with why that pain is coming up, because you tried to handle all that pain in an intellectual way when really you just want to handle it in a very transforming emotional way. That is transforming emotional pain. And this is you transforming as an individual, because you are going to take flight as a new individual with your new intuition and your new feelings. So, okay, bottom of the deck for the Wisdom of the House of Night is that Chaos card, right? So there could be some chaotic feelings going on. I mean, I see a lot of Death and Ten of Swords, and there's, why would two balancing cards come up for you? Okay, you want to balance your light and dark, and you're balancing out your heart, matters of the heart, give and take from the heart. Virgo, I can understand why this would be more of a chaotic energy for you, but I'm so proud of you for moving. This is you. You moved the Chaos card from your core situation last month in October to November. It's more of an underlying energy. Underlying energy is almost out the door. It almost didn't show up for you, right? And I'm seeing here that there are certain doors you don't want to open again, because this is the Forbidden card, and it's right underneath. So it would go, there's certain forbidden chaos, okay? This card talks about drama. It talks about storms and things being chaotic. And that's pretty much forbidden for you right now, Virgo, because you don't need that. Like, you're in such a beautiful, beautiful position of balance. You're in a position of, honoring both ends of the spectrum, that there is going to be certain drama that, tries to throw you off and stuff like that, but just shut certain doors and just don't open them again. That's what this Forbidden card is talking about. There's this door here, and it's like forbidden. There's these crazy little gargoyle figures on each side of the door. So you really don't want to open up doors again. Don't open up certain chaotic doors at the end of November when you're in such a strong place, right? You want to stay in a place of hope. And you want to continue to let go of deceitful things. And I'm just reading your cards. We have hope, we have letting go, we have deceit, and we have oath. All right, so you took a certain oath to move. You took a certain oath to stay grounded. And in order to do that, you're going to have to let go and transform from these deceitful things in order to keep hope alive. And this tornado is still a little bit in your reading. But I have all the faith in you that you know how to work with these energies. This is chaotic, but you're just analyzing, and you're just, sorting certain energies out. I do see you coming from a place of a lot of pain, but I see you moving towards a place of love This isn't pain you're going through now. It's just mental pain from the past I'm seeing for some of you Virgos. But you are completing that pain, and you are completing, this has to happen. Everything about you as an individual, when we're changing, it's best for us to consider all that we've been through so that it can run its cycle, run its course. And then there's some balancing out here. There is balance on both ends of the spectrum. You are in a place of completion, and then we have balance with the light and the dark, and balance in love, right? And there's at the bottom of your deck, there is this need to communicate, right? The Page of Wands is coming in with a message. So there could be certain messages here. Just make sure they're not chaotic messages or harmful messages. Make sure they're emotionally fulfilling messages from certain people that need to communicate with you, right? Okay, Virgo, that was your November reading. It was very interesting, and I hope and pray that was relatable to you. It felt kind of like a good reading. It's just maybe a little bit of a harsh information, but I just like to keep it real with you guys, especially we're all in such a emotionally vulnerable and intimate season. So, I see you guys in a pretty strong position as long as you listen to your emotion and your intuition. Ooh, that kind of just rhymed. But all right, Virgo. Sorry for the long reading. You guys might have the longest reading when it comes to the first zodiac signs. I finished the Aries through Virgo videos are finished now. I'll be uploading all these soon. Sorry they're late, but I just kind of do what I can when I can, and I believe that it falls in alignment with divine timing. So I do hope that you enjoyed. Please comment below, Virgo. I love you so much. And I always like what Virgo thinks about my readings because you guys are my opposite sign. And if you guys can logically understand what I say, then I know that, I at least got the message across. So please comment your thoughts and feedback below. All that good jazz. And other than that, then I will talk to you guys in Sagittarius season in December. It is December almost. Like, where did 2017 go? Okay, like, you guys are logical. Can you guys tell me what happened to this year? Because time is just going by so fast, and before you know it, I'll be doing the yearly readings, if I even do those. Let me not overpromise. I've never done something like that. But we are entering a new year soon. So, of course, all these emotions and transformations are coming up right now, right? Because they have to. They have to. They just have to. Like, there's certain things that we're completing right now. And we don't want all these nasty energies traveling through to our next year, right? No. All right, Virgo. I know you guys will do good with it. I know you'll do fine. I know you'll be grounded. All right. All right, I'll talk to you guys next month. See ya.